Hello, guys. Welcome to Mainevent Boxing Talk, and I'm your host. Hello, Tom. How are you, my friend?
I'm fine. How about you? You good?
I'm good. Yeah. How are you, Spencer?
I'm all right. And yourself?
I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm good. Right, let's start with the first thing. Canelo spars Charlo to a decision victory. What went wrong for Charlo, and what adjustments did Canelo need to make?
You want to go first, Spencer?
I mean, I don't know. It looked like Charlo, he felt that power from Canelo and knew that he wasn't going to be able to do anything to stop him. And he started like basically not wanting to get knocked out after. What round did he take the knee?
I think it was the 7th or 8th.
Yeah, it was prior to that though, but he went that, especially then after he had to take the knee. It was he was just going to survive. He wasn't going to fight anymore.
Well, yeah, he did fight back well in the 5th round. I mean, if you saw Canelo's face at the end, you see he got peppered a few times. He had some welts and bruises, so he did tag him, and his hands were faster. But what I noticed is Canelo's footwork changed. You know, he used to take like a big wide step and lean down to the left, right? He stopped that. He took very smaller steps to get inside and didn't lean down, because when he would do that, you know, GGG would hit him a right to the head. You know, he'd catch him. And so did Bivol. You know, he would take that long step in. But this time he adjusted his footwork, and I think it worked better for him, you know, as he's getting older, you know, to do those little steps and get inside. And as soon as he got close enough, he would hammer him into the ropes and unload. You know, but in the center of the ring, in that 5th round and in the 12th round, he was tagging him.
12th round, yeah, but yeah, the 12th round, he did a little something, but I don't know if he won any. Maybe I would give him the 5th, but I don't think he won any rounds. I think it was a shootout.
The judges gave him the 12th. I think that was the only 2 rounds he won. The 5th and the 12th.
Was this Charlo's first fight at super middleweight? It was, wasn't it? You can't expect someone to go up from 154 to go up and have a big jump and fight the best fighter ever. It just doesn't work. If he'd had probably 1 or 2 years at middleweight and then 2 or 3 fights at super middleweight, I think he would have done better. That's what I believe. And I just
without question, I didn't think Charlo was going to be able to really, truly make a stoppage or anything on Canelo to slow him down really, because as we were saying earlier, Canelo has been hit with guys that hit much harder than Charlo. Yeah. So the power wasn't really going to be the power wasn't really going to be what's going to like win or get some success for Charlo. It would be speed and timing, and that, you know, again, it was when Canelo would unload, as Tom was saying, he was getting inside and he was able to really be more effective, and he was unloading, and I don't think Charlo really thought Canelo could hit that hard. He was like, I should have fought him when we was both at 154.
This fight reminds me of when Pacquiao fought Oscar De La Hoya when he was old, but the opposite way around.
Yeah.
If you know, a little bit.
Both of these guys are excellent fighters. I think Charlo, he didn't have the reason why Bivol was able to handle Canelo. First of all, fast hands and straight punches and a good jab to back him off. He would back him up. Canelo did get inside and he did hit, Bivol a few times, but there was nothing to deter Canelo from going inside. I mean, there wasn't enough power there to do it. He had speed, but if you look at Brian Castano and the way Charlo played it safe because he has a couple of holes defensively. So he knew once Canelo got close, do this. He knew he wasn't going to win the inside fight. So he survived. And to survive against Canelo is a good thing. I mean, let's face it.
Yeah, he didn't get knocked out.
No, he didn't. So points for him for that. Now let's move on because he has a lot of other people he can fight, Canelo, and they're talking about matching him, which is number 2 with Munguia. Now,
Yeah, they was also talking about the twin.
the twin,
brother.
yeah, he's got to get past Benavidez first.
The twin?
He's got Benavidez' brother first.
Yeah, Jose.
Yeah.
The way Jose looked his past 2 fights, he should be able to beat him. That's probably why they picked him, because of how long of a layoff he's had. He can't be fighting somebody that's fresh, so he got to fight somebody that's way past his best days.
Exactly. Plus, he's 2 years out of the ring, Jamal, right?
Yeah.
For me, Charlo is a guy who should just stay at middleweight, make another one defense, then move it to super middleweight. But he should wait until the belts are vacant. I can't see him beating Canelo. He'd have a chance, but he should wait till Canelo decides to vacate one or two of them, then make his move. But at middleweight, he could dominate for another 2 or 3 years if he wants to.
Them dudes are trying to get their little 10, 20 million.
I think it's risky for him. He trains really well, and he makes 154, and he's really good at 154. The only guy who's going to really give him a hard time right now is Tim Tszyu.
Let's go on to the next part, which is rumors that Canelo may face Jamie Munguia. Jamie Munguia.
That's what he was just talking about.
Sorry,
he fighting super middleweight,
or is he still 160? Munguia.
He is super middleweight.
He's a super middleweight.
Yeah, his last fight was at super middleweight.
Yeah, so he was the was it the 154 WBO title belt he won? Yeah, it was when it fought.
Yeah, he didn't win the title at middleweight,
and he never fought for a title at middleweight, did he?
No,
he didn't. No, he just fought.
He was wasn't he like a number 1 contender at one point?
He was the mandatory. Yeah, for the WBO belt. He was Andrade's mandatory, actually.
The problem with Munguia is I don't think in the last couple of years, I don't feel like he's really progressed where he should be. He should be in his prime, which he is now, fighting at a higher level. So for him to get in the Canelo, I don't think he's ready. He's 24, 25 or something? He's young, isn't he?
Well, I thought he was rumored to be fighting what's it called?
China back?
No, Berlanga.
Oh, Berlanga, yeah. Well, the thing is with Munguia is that he's been criticized a lot for not taking the title fights. The WBO president, has been putting pressure on him, and he's number 1, and they offered him a lot of opportunities to fight as the mandatory challenger at 154 and at 160. But he hasn't done it, So when is he going to do it? What is he waiting for? I mean, he is young, yeah, but 25, 26. I mean, a lot of guys won titles younger than him. I mean, what is he waiting
for? The problem with Munguia is
he gets hit.
Matchmaking has been.
Well, they're protecting him, I think, right?
They've always protected him. Liam Smith and Hogan, Dennis and Hogan, I'd say the only 2 good names on his record, from what I remember. So, right?
I think he fought Gabe Rosado.
Yeah, he beat him, yeah. But everybody's beaten Gabe Rosado at this point.
Yeah. I mean, Gabe Rosado was the fight that he should have had before he became a champ, not after he was champ.
Yeah. But he's so protected, and it's kind of embarrassing now that he's got this record for so much. Obviously, he's got Liam Smith and those wins that he did at 154 good wins, solid wins. But there's nothing to write home about.
Nah, he could bounce around and fight these Rocky Feldman level guys.
You know, I think he struggles to beat Rocky Fielding. I really do. I think he struggles to even win that. He'd win.
Or Yildirim, or some of the middleweights coming up to 168.
Yeah. But between at 160, to me, there ain't that many good fighters left. I mean, there's good fighters left, but it's not as strong as it was. You know, with Triple G not holding any belts, it's not what it was. Or the 168, you've got Benavidez. You know, he's probably the next best guy to Canelo. He should fight Benavidez, in my opinion. I've always thought that would be a better fight.
Benavidez gonna get past Andrade, so
Yeah,
which I think he will.
That's not going to be easy.
Is that for a belt? Is it for any sort of belt or not?
Nah, because Canelo's undisputed, so it ain't for a belt.
I'm trying to think. Did Andrade was the WBO middleweight champion? When is that correct?
Yeah, he was the WBO at 154 also.
And the WBA as well at 154. Yeah. Okay. Right, let's move on.
All right.
Zerdo defeats Smith in the WBA eliminator. Can Zerdo become a cruiserweight champion? I'd have to say yes, he can, because the division's not that strong. If you take away Apataya and those guys, he's got a real jab.
Yeah. What's it called? Speaking of Apataya, Tyson Fury going to use him as sparring.
Damn good fight.
Yeah, Tyson Fury's thinking about bringing him into the sparring. But anyway, yeah, I mean, Zerdo could do some decent work up there. He's big enough for the division.
There's the WBC cruiserweight title, isn't there? He could pick that fight because apparently Maccabi is going to be fighting for it again against a non-descriptive opponent. I think the cruiserweight division is a boring division, to be absolutely honest. Nobody cares about it. And, you know, it's a shame that he couldn't fight at light heavyweight a bit longer, really, because there was better fights there for him, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he probably should have stayed if he could have made the weight easily. He should have stayed at light heavyweight because, as you said, there's probably more fights for him.
He could move
bigger
into
fights.
cruiserweight, but if he wins the belt here, then eventually, because he's getting quite big in it, he could probably fight at heavyweight. But he's not going to be effective at heavyweight. I don't believe. You know, I just think it's
No.
No,
I don't think so.
Well, if he's staying with the WBC, there's Baru Jack. I think he could beat.
Jack's vacated, by the way. He's vacated.
I was about to say, I think Baru Jack gave us that title.
Yeah.
So there would have to be a fight off there, probably with Mikalayan.
Maccabi, Nation's saying Maccabi fighting somebody for the vacant.
Well, the number one is Mikalayan.
Yeah.
Mikalayan.
So is that the guy he fighting?
I don't know.
I can't remember. It's not been confirmed, but Don King said something about it, I believe, in an interview on one of the outlets.
Don't sleep. It might happen.
We'll see what happens. Yeah. The fact that Maccabi can fight for that belt again, to me, is pretty disgraceful, really, you know. But I'll come to that about Anthony Joshua later on, which I'll talk about last.
Well, it's okay. Here's the answer to it. It's set for December 9th. And Makabu and Mikalayan. There's a fight in Miami with Makabu and Mikalayan for the championship. It's a box offer.
Absolutely pathetic. Is that not for the vacant belt, or is it an eliminator? So
no, it is for the belt.
Oh, for God's sake!
You know, and then what's his name could follow. You could take the winner after.
Yeah, he'll take him out.
Yeah. So you know, if Makabu wins, Don King will be very happy, won't he?
Yeah. The easy title. Boxing makes me angry. Can I segue into a different subject?
Please.
Anthony Joshua is he was meant to be fighting Hrgovic for the vacant IBF belt. That's not going to happen now because Otto Wallin beat Gassiev at the weekend. So Gassiev, it looks like it'll be Otto Wallin against Hrgovic for the WBO for the IBF title at some point. Because the winner of the of the undisputed fight will have to vacate if they're not willing to fight Hrgovic. It's that simple.
So is AJ trying to put himself in a position to fight the winner of Usyk and
Yeah.
Fury?
Yeah.
Well, it's a big
Joshua,
fight. I can understand that.
He's looking to put Anthony Joshua in with the winner of Hrgovic. Yeah, Hrgovic and Otto Wallin for the title. Because he wants an easy route for Joshua to become champion.
Eddie knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I must be the only person in the world that believes Hrgovic should be the next dominating champion. And I believe that. Yeah, you can laugh at that, but that's what I believe. He has all the ingredients to do it.
I'm not so sure that Eddie knows what he's doing, Tom.
What do you mean?
Because he's put a lot of his fighters in fights that they were supposed to win, and he pretty much thought they were going to win, and they fighters lost.
You know, I think Joshua is faster than Hrgovic, and he's a bit of a better boxer. And he hits hard.
Mentally, he's not right. We know that.
This and this.
Right, let's.
Listen. Who's to say? AJ used to big crowds and fighting in front of stadiums and all of that. Hrgovic might not be used to the big arenas like that. I mean, he fought in the Olympics, so that's the big stage. But
look,
it's not the same.
We haven't seen the best of Hrgovic. You wait till you see the best of it, and he'll prove you all wrong. And I promise you.
I give him a chance. I'm not arguing with you. I give him a chance. You know,
he beats Joshua all day. His style is all wrong for Joshua because he's a skillful guy. He plods a bit, but he's a good technician. Whereas Joshua is too scared of his own shadow. So I just think Hrgovic could take advantage of it. I really believe he's got the mindset to do it. That's just my opinion. Right, we'll move on. Lee Wood knocks out Josh Warrington in an amazing defense of the WBA featherweight belt in an amazing knockout. This is amazing. Amazing.
Did you see it? Did you guys see it?
Did, yeah, it was amazing.
Yes, I did.
And Warrington did really well.
Yeah.
Warrington
he was winning the fight. Lee Wood's a good fighter. Lee Wood knew what he was doing in there. Lee Wood knew he was going to knock him out at some point. I believe that each time I see Lee Wood, I know he wasn't winning the fight. Each time I see him, he looks better with his punch and everything. He looks better.
Yeah, Lee Wood timed that right.
Right. Look, we're talking about a guy that 3 years ago that lost Gazza Dickens for the British title. He's improved so much. He's got some big wins over Conlon, Kanzu, Warrington, Lara. All these wins are good wins. To me, that proves he's now, a world class. He's not elite, but he's world class. But
yeah.
But he's vacated the belt on Monday, right? So he's moving up to super featherweight to fight. Who's the Welsh guy that's got the title?
He's not Who?
Who?
He's going to be fighting the IBF champion. I can't remember who the IBF super featherweight.
Cordina?
Yeah, he's going to be fighting Joey Cordina, supposedly.
Cordina?
Yeah.
Wow.
But there's easier options out there for him. There are easier options.
No, that might be good.
But Lee Wood is 35 years old. He's become good very late in his career.
Hey, not everybody gets it when they 22, 23.
Look at Kevin Farmer for the example. He's a good example.
He came back a couple of weeks ago too.
Yeah, I know he won. Yeah,
he looked a couple of steps slow to me.
Lee Wood.
Yeah, he did look a little slow to me.
I mean, Josh was winning the fight up to the point, but it was still midway.
The problem is, he even said he couldn't make the weight anymore. Wood said he couldn't make the weight anymore. And that's why he's going up to super featherweight. Well, I think he'll win another title. If they pick it right, he'll win another title if he fights the right person.
Well, here's the bottom line. I mean, what title is he giving up here? The WBO? Did he give that up already? Which one did he have?
Yeah.
The WBA.
WBA. So if you look at that division, it makes sense for him to go up and do a fight if he's having trouble with the weight. Cordina, though, I think, I don't know about Cordina. You got Navarrete there. You got Cordina. You got Shaquille Foster, who's excellent. Garcia. You got a lot of good guys in this division. So the IBF title is vacant right now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know, so but that would be great if they can match Cordina in there. That would be great.
Yeah.
I would go with Cordina in that.
Over Wood. Yeah, that might. It's possible. I mean, Wood be losing fights. He just like the guys. He just knows. He was losing the Collins fight and then knocked him out at the last round.
Right.
He was behind in the Warrington fight. You know.
Yeah,
So,
but why get behind? That's not a good idea. It's very risky to come from behind and depend on just your punch. But you know, there are a lot of tough guys in that division in the super featherweight. Navarrete is tough. All of that. Bell is tough. They're all. If I look at that division, there are guys that could give them trouble. But you know, I got to take my hat off to him for surviving. He can box. He just looked tired, you know, in that fight.
that could be the weight loss. I mean, you know, having to cut the weight.
Yeah, because he looked better when he fought Lara.
Yeah, especially the second time.
Yeah. You want to move on, Nathan? Is he there? All right, so we have Tim Tszyu versus Brian Mendoza. Who do you like here, Spencer?
I'm gonna go with Tim Tszyu, the legend's son.
You know, I agree. Brian Mendoza is a good boxer, but he doesn't have the power. His knockout ratio is low. I think he could, you know, he shouldn't overlook him because
Yeah, he's gonna win a few rounds, but I don't.
Can I just mention Josh Warrington before we move on?
All
I
right,
think Josh Warrington needs to look at retiring. Seriously, he's done well. He's had a great career. There's nothing left for him to do. He's at the end. Do you agree? I think he's at the end. To be honest.
Well, he looked in great shape for this, and he got caught.
Yeah, but I just think there's something missing from him. He's not the fighter he was. You know, the way he fights, you're never going to have a long career. I'm surprised he's had the success he's had. You know, he's won 2 world titles at that weight. He's had a great career. There's nothing more for him to do, you know?
Yeah, I don't think he's big enough to move up either.
Nah, I don't think he'd have success up there.
He's not going to win any more titles. I just think that door is shut unless there's a vacant belt against a guy who's not very good. Then, you know, we're not going to see it. I think his best he's done at the top level. And he's only 32, you know?
Yeah, but I think if he was in shape like he was for this fight, for when he fought Lopez, he would have won that fight. Because he started right from the opening bell going after Wood. And he was in his face until he got caught. Lopez punches hard, so it's what it is, man. All right, what else you want to move on now?
Let me look what else there is. Give me a second.
We're talking about Tim Tszyu and Brian Mendoza. We're picking Tim Tszyu.
I just want to say that Tszyu has been elevated to the WBO middleweight champion, full championship.
Yeah, but he didn't want to get it that way.
No, he could.
Wait, what happened?
Tim Tszyu has been given the full world title. He's been
At 154.
No,
yeah.
At 154. Yeah.
They stripped Charlo up in the ring.
Yeah. No, I know that. I thought he said middleweight.
No,
that's how I got
my information wrong. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, wait, what happened to Jannebeck?
Nothing yet.
Okay. All right.
I think Tim Tszyu is a very good fighter. He'll wipe the floor with this guy. He's got too much in his locker. You know, that's what I believe.
I don't think.
Yeah, I mean,
this guy.
I think Mendoza might win a couple of rounds, a few rounds or whatever. Make it a little interesting for Tim Tszyu.
He doesn't have the power. He doesn't have the power.
Yeah, I think overall, Tim Tszyu is going to come out victorious, either by late stoppage or I think that's what it's.
Yeah, he's a great fighter. He's only getting better. I know he's 28, but he's now in his prime. He's becoming the fighter I know he would. You know.
Oh, before I forget, we had an anniversary, right? 10 years.
Of what?
Of Mainevent. 8 years.
You are joking, aren't you? Is it 10 years? What the hell? What the fuck?
Yeah, 8 years anniversary. You missed that?
Well, yeah.
We didn't know because nobody uses the Facebook page, and I haven't looked at it for 2 months. To be honest.
What do you mean?
Well, I post all the time.
You
two guys are the people that run it now. I gave it running the site a long time ago. That's why I let you guys do what you want with it. I come on it.
Look at how many people are looking at what we post.
I haven't looked at it for weeks because Facebook is dead. It's a dead thing. So we just use it.
No, it's not.
It's
Right. So
all right.
I want to do a special episode for our 10th anniversary. Now I know that. Thank you. Spencer, how long have you been part of this anyway? How many years?
About 8, I guess. I don't know. What is it?
What about you, Tom?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's 8 or maybe 7.
You're making me feel old now. Jesus Christ. Right.
You have too many girlfriends right now. You better take some responsibility. Right.
Take some ginkgo biloba.
You've got two things to do at the same time, mate. You've got to string them along, you know. It's like the sanctioning bodies do it with people, so I can do it. Right, anyway, let's move. Janibek versus Vincenzo. How do you pronounce his name, Tom, because you're Italian?
Terry.
Okay. This is for the IBF and the WBO middleweight title. I believe that Janibek will destroy this guy. This guy is just a belt holder. Primarily a belt holder, that's it.
Yeah, Janibek should just fight the floor with him.
Mate, he's on a different level to this guy.
I predict early knockout.
Especially if they're saying what he is, what they say he is.
Yeah.
Within 4 rounds.
Vincenzo should have gone to in witness protection. Yeah, that's what he should have done. You know what I mean? Seriously, he's going to absolutely annihilate. It's a big mismatch. So that's my verdict.
Yeah, I think Janibek gonna wipe the floor with him too. So we all in agreement there.
Yeah.
So
that could have been a good opponent for Eubank, an easy champion for him to beat, but now that option's gone.
Eubank says he doesn't even know who these guys are, Janibek and Goldberg.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care because there's no money in it for him. You know, no, the casual fan doesn't care who Janibek is. We care because we're boxing fans. You know.
He's a champion, and if he wants to be a champion, he's got to beat the champion.
But he's got a similar route to the one Triple G had, because even when Triple G was champion for like the first 3 or 4 years, nobody cared or knew who he was. You know, that's just a sad thing. You know.
Well, once HBO got behind him, people started to care. He's knocking everybody out. I mean,
Janibek is a different kind of fight to Triple G. You know.
HBO had to get behind him though, because they're not bringing. They don't have a huge following from like they don't have like a bunch of. Were they from Kazakhstan? They don't have a bunch of them people that live over here in the States where he's fighting at. So you know they got to get like close regions of fans that might come out to see him, and even then they're not really coming out to see him, and that's another problem that he has. He doesn't really sell that well.
Well, he has to be. You know, when he first started, he had a lot of knockouts. He needs to just keep being dramatic, and then boxing fans will latch onto him, and then fight some fighters from the United States that are popular, and same what GQG did, and get his name on the map.
Yeah, he's going to definitely have to make it so the fans are demanding him fight somebody else, or one of the other guys.
Let Charlo come up and fight him, and see what happens.
Let's move on. We've still got quite a bit to cover here. So, number 7, Daniel Dubois loses appeal.
Of course.
So he should, because, there was only one winner in that fight, and that was it.
I wonder, has there ever been a time when they reversed the decision on a fight outcome?
Rarely.
I mean, I know they would take a loss and make it a no contest and things like that, but I doubt if they would take the loss and make it a win.
They'd order a rematch, probably.
Yeah, if anything.
If you may recall when Roberto Duran won the lightweight title. He hit a flagrant low blow. I mean, it was right down there, right in the jewels, and they counted the champ out, and that was it. They protested and nothing happened. Usually, what the problem is in this case, it was like, and the ref made a call. So for them to overturn this and give them the win, they'd have to invalidate what the referee did. And the referee really didn't make a mistake. The referee made a judgment call. And it was very close. It's hard to say, was it below the navel? And it was kind of like right around below it, right there. But it wasn't lower than that where it was obvious, like it was a flagrant low blow. So how are you going to reverse a decision?
Yeah, and like it's the outcome. You can't. It wouldn't have been definitive. Like it's not like Usyk was rolling around on the ground and like couldn't get up. The ref gave him 5 minutes, and he wanted to get back sooner, but the ref like kind of was like, "No, stay a minute."
That's the law. That's
right. Frank Queensbury, they could lodge and say, "Look, we want to have an eliminator for Dubai to face the winner of Miller and Char, which is meant to happen. I don't think that fight will happen. So Dubai could probably get a fight against Char, couldn't he? Which is a fight he'd win, then he'd win his title back.
There you go, trying to get Char fight.
Because they don't want to face Jarrell Miller, do they? I mean, come on. The guy's a real problem. He's a nightmare for him and how big he is, Stop that.
He's been a nightmare for the ranking organization.
But instead of giving Char the title back, couldn't they just give him the title back to Dubai? That would have made more sense to me. Or have Dubai fight Char for the vacant belt, rather than Jarrell Miller, a guy who's done nothing at all.
This is a lot of baby crying, Just get in there and fight. And look, if he was that good, he would have beat Usyk.
He knew his belly was tender. He should have kept hitting him there.
The problem with Dubai is that he is a guy who's won a world title, was pushed faster than what he should have ever been pushed. Do you agree? We have to come to an agreement with that. He's pushed way too quick.
He has holes. He has holes. He can only come forward. You stop him from coming forward, and you start, going around and giving him angles. He's going to get hit. And that's what happens.
He can still get better, but he needs a new trainer. He needs to start from scratch and rebuild from the bottom again. He's 26. He's got time. 25. He's got time. The 3 years of development.
Yeah, he could get on a 3-year path and be a champ again before he's 30.
But giving a guy a world title at 25 when he's not ready for it, putting him in a position, this really annoys me about Frank Warren. If that was Matchroom, right, they would have put him in the right direction. You can't give a guy like that with no amateur experience, put him in there and expect him to keep the winner world title. The fact that he won a world title at this stage in his career is a miracle, really, isn't it? Shall we be honest? It's a goddamn miracle.
Well, do you think Frank Warren has his best interest?
No, of course he does. No, he doesn't. He's got this young fighter who is just taking the piss out of. And he should have gone to Eddie Hearn. If he'd gone to Eddie Hearn, he would have got that title. Eddie Hearn wouldn't have let him anywhere near Usyk. He'd said, right, make 4 or 5 defenses for 2-3 years, then we can move you up. But, Dubai, his career is going to be over before it's even started. That's what it feels like to me.
He can't fight Zhang. He can't fight Hrgovic.
He can't fight any of them because he'll get wiped out.
Any of those guys will knock him out.
Yeah, but he don't like Nathan said. He could get on a comeback trail and fight a couple of Christian Hammer level dudes or Joey DeWeco level dudes and get some wins under his belt. And while he's in there, make it a glorified sparring session. Work on a few things that he need to work on against guys that's not really going to be too worrisome.
Let me say this. Let me just say something. You get a guy like Usyk, right? You get a guy like Floyd Mayweather. You get, these elite fighters. To become an elite fighter, most of these guys had long amateur careers, and were trained properly, went into the pros, and were trained with what they had as pros. Dubois never had that. Never had it, right? So you're taking a guy that has some natural ability, who's big and strong and can punch, but only knows how to fight one way.
Going
How
forward,
do you know that guy in 3 years as a professional when he had none of that pedigree?
Well, you should stay amateur longer. That's in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, but on the flip side, that speed in which they rushed him got him a world title. So
Yeah, but he was, I mean, what happened? He fought Joyce and got his eye.
The problem is you can't work with things that are not there. You can't just magically say, "Oh,
Exactly.
here's the magical desk. I'm going to make you as good as Anthony." Anthony Joshua would kill him in about 3 or 4. Anthony Joshua would absolutely kill him. Even though Joshua had a good amateur career, he came up the right way. He came up the right way. That's the difference.
yeah, without question. I mean, he won the hometown belt. I mean, the gold medal in the
He won
hometown.
the factory belt. And he made 3 easy defenses before he fought Klitschko. That's just the way it is. That's the way it's supposed to be done. Not here's a world title, 1 defense against the cruiserweight who nearly knocks you out in 3 times, knocks you down 3 times in 1 round. It has to be done properly. He should have had 4 or 5 defenses of that belt against the same sort of opposition. Slowly but stepped it up. He went from a British level fighting European level guys to world class guys. But you can't do it like that. It doesn't work. Right, let's move on.
Crawford versus Errol Spence, and the rematch is in the works for February.
Seriously, do we need to see a rematch of that? No.
No, not really. I wouldn't. I mean, I thought Crawford was better than Errol anyway, but I didn't think he was that much. I didn't think it was going to be that huge of.
Yeah, no.
But I did think Bud was going to win.
Well, it's kind of we won't know if the weight made the difference, but it's just some boxing things he did that opened everything up for Crawford. He did some things that with his footwork and the way he was leaning, Crawford just was banging him to the head every which way he could.
Yeah.
And Crawford has this unusually huge reach for a guy his size, where he can control guys like this. I don't know. I don't want to see Errol Spence get hurt. Those two. He's been in a couple of accidents where he's had head trauma, and I don't want to see him really get hurt. Who knows? Maybe the weight had something to do with it, but from a boxing point of view, he's going to have to change a few things if he wants to be competitive in this.
Yeah, he definitely does.
And
it's supposed to be a welterweight still.
Really? Not 154?
I mean, from the rumors, Bud is like, I'm not going to give you an advantage.
I mean, I think he initially agreed. That if he's going to want to be at 154, you may have to give some concessions to Crawford.
Yeah, I thought he was going to try to fight Charlo.
Right.
But I don't even know if Charlo's going to be able to get back down to 154.
Right now, Spence is probably walking around like 190, even 200. I mean, to get down to 147, that's dangerous for him. He would have to make it at 154 because he could fight at 160. He could fight at 168. But I think 147 is a big mistake if he makes the fight at 147. I would just say no if I was him. Because all that water drain is bad for your brain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want to see him down the line years later, slurring his speech, can't speak.
I mean, he's having trouble now,
Yeah.
Getting his, whatever. I mean, the guy, I got to take my hat off to him, but it's bad. It's dangerous. I don't want to bring back Benny the Kid Barrett, you know what I mean?
Yep.
A Cool Kim or something like that. That would be really bad.
Yeah,
What do you got to say about that, Nathan?
Especially since he's trying to move up, and those
say,
guys
sorry?
hit harder than what he's been hit and getting hit with.
What did you say?
You know, you're just not in favor of this fight at all, are you?
Because it's a shit fight. What Crawford needs to do is move up to 154 straight away. Forget this division. Move up to 154, clear up the belts there, which he will do.
Let Ennis take over. Yeah.
And also Crawford, and also God's sake, what's his name? Terrence. Oh, I forgot his bloody name.
Terrence Crawford, Devin
No,
Haney,
not the other guy. I've forgotten his bloody name.
Spence.
Errol Spence should move up to 154 as well. Because he
Or
can't
160.
he can't, or go to 160. He can't make the weight in him. That's why he took a beating, because he can't take the weight. He's had too many bad things.
Janabek would be a good fight for him.
Look, he's still a top guy who will win a world title at 154 or 160. He will still win another title, but he has to do it the right way. He has to pick the matches with guys who don't hit hard and move it around. He's still a good fighter, right?
Well, we won't know until we see him fight again. We don't know what got taken out of him.
Crawford is an all-time great. He's like the Sugar Ray Robinson of this era, right? He's that good. He's elite. So we can't say Crawford lost to a bad fighter because he didn't. No, Spence lost to a bad fighter because he lost to an elite fighter. That's the difference between an elite fighter and a world-class fighter, right? That fight showed the difference. That's just my opinion.
Well,
Yeah.
No argument here. Okay, so you guys want to talk about Inouye and Tapales?
Yeah, kick it off. Yeah, kick it off.
Well, I think Inouye will just knock him out.
He'll be on the murder charge.
Fighter, he's a good boxer, but he's not going to be able to withstand the movement and power here.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to separate him, his power.
Yeah.
And
speed.
Inouye keeps coming on, so.
Yeah, it's going to be rough for Tapales.
Marlon should just go and witness protection and run away and say, here you are, and here's my belts. Give me $1 million and I'll give you my belts. And I'll kiss your ass as well. You're the greatest fighter. He should just go in the ring, give him the belt, say, here you are, I don't want to get hurt, I'm scared of you.
Right. You know, I think
you're a great Japanese warrior, I must give you the belts. Oh, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, it'll be in Japan. I mean, when was the last time Inouye was in the United States? Or was he ever?
A couple of years ago.
He was here once, right?
I think he's been there once. He's been to Britain once. But this guy is exceptional. You can't. But when I saw, wasn't he the pound per pound number one in the rankings that you did the other week?
Yeah, against Over Bud.
I couldn't understand that.
How is that?
I would have put Crawford, because Crawford's kind of achieved more, in my opinion.
Not only achieved more, he can fight both ways. He
can fight forward, going back, left, right. He got power, speed.
He's incredible.
Well, whatever. He's a good fighter because he's too good for those next couple of weights. He's too good, so that's why he's wiping everybody out. End of story.
I don't. You're talking about Crawford or Inouye?
Inouye.
Well, yeah, I don't know how much bigger he can get.
Probably lightweight is his limit. Lightweight would be his limit. Or even super featherweight might be. Featherweight might be his limit, or even featherweight. You know?
Yeah, featherweight would be the next stop for him.
How tall is he?
He's 5'6". 5'6". So he could win belts. What weight is this? Is this super bantamweight or is this featherweight?
Super bantamweight.
It's super bantamweight. Yeah, he ain't a featherweight yet.
I could see him going to featherweight, winning a title. I could see him possibly going to super winning a title. But then, as far as he goes to featherweight, that's it. Lightweight would probably be his ultimate limit. Then, once he gets to featherweight or super featherweight, then we'll start. We won't see as many knockouts. I don't believe he's no Pacquiao.
No, I mean, Pacquiao also had some help with his muscles.
Oh yeah, he did, yeah, and supplements as well, But we don't want lawsuits.
Good supplements.
Anyway, the good shit. Anybody,
he has Lopez up there and Vargas. Vargas would be so big for him, and he has Wood, Ramirez. Lara, Masiago, Warrington. Oh, forget about Warrington, but
I think he
Figueroa.
could beat Lee Wood right now. If he got in the ring, I think he could beat Lee Wood right now. Anyway,
You better watch out for Lee Wood right hand.
Yeah, he should. Right, there's another thing I wanted to talk about was last week's cruiserweight fight. My prediction proved correct.
Okay.
Do you remember?
Refresh it.
You said
the IBF cruiserweight champion fought Jordan Thompson, the guy who wasn't even British level. And they're all saying how great he is because he knocked out a British level journeyman in 4 rounds. Great.
Right.
That's not the basis for a title run. We saw his best when he beat Marius Bredes.
Mm-hmm.
He was so weak that you don't have to be exceptional to clear that division up.
Well, all I got to say is we have to see you're talking about the Southpaw, right? Who won? Apatera?
Yeah, he's a good fighter.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job with that guy. I mean, he got inside and he took him out. The guy's supposed to be such a but Apatera looks good. I think Apatera could win all the belts. That would be a good fight with Ramirez and him.
Yeah, because there's nobody in that division for him to worry about. There's nobody there apart from Bredes. There's nobody else there for him to really worry about.
I also agreed with you that he was the better boxer and he would win. But I thought it would go the distance. I didn't think he would knock the guy out.
I did. I even said that.
I know you did. So, okay.
No, the only reason I said that because I watched the fight. I watched the fight where he fought a British level journeyman before that fight. And I thought he's going to get punished. He's going to get absolutely killed. He was a glorified punching bag. He looked like a big, tall guy, like a big, tall version of David Hay. And then he's on the floor like that. And I'm like, what did you expect was going to happen?
Well, now that was for the IBF, right?
I'm not sure.
What was that for? Which one was that for? Which time?
The IBF cruiserweight belt.
Right, that was the
Okay,
IBF. Right, yeah, okay. So, I mean, is he fighting Makabu? No, he's not.
No,
that was somebody else.
But he's looking to unify, fight Chris Billam-Smith, the man that beat Lawrence Okola. And he would absolutely destroy him as well.
Yeah. Well, the ring recognized him as the cruiserweight champion.
So they should, because Bredes was previously the
right. Yeah. And then you got Chris Billam-Smith, in the WBO.
Yeah.
And then Badu vacated, so that fight's up for grabs with Makabu.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But you know what? I want to see Arthur Beterbiev get back in the ring after this injury. Yeah. I mean, before he's had too many injuries.
He's getting older. That's why.
Yeah, well, Bivol wants to fight him.
Bivol should probably move up to cruiserweight. To be honest, if once he's beaten Beterbiev, yeah.
Yeah, but the WBC acting like little punks and not letting the fight go on.
Why not?
Because Bivol is Russian, even though Beterbiev is Russian.
Organization that said, "Oh, Mr. Fury, you can fight whoever you want. We give you carte blanche to fight who you want. You can fight some bum from USC who can't punch properly." It's not an agreement, isn't it? Come on.
I don't understand this. Why penalize him because he's from Russia? He's an athlete. Why penalize the athlete for what Putin's?
I agree.
That's stupid. And if I had Maurizio, I said, Maurizio, what are you doing?
If he dies, he dies.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
He dies, he dies.
Oh, no. If he dies, he dies.
You break my record, now I break you. Right, anyway, so it's a funny division, isn't it? Right, guys.
I do hope Manuel Jar gets a fight.
Right,
yo,
guys,
Tyson Fury is using homeboy. Wait, Tyson Fury's using him as sparring to prep for Alexander Usyk fight.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
Apataya.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Apataya. No. With the Fury.
Yeah, but he's using Apataya to spar.
Oh, Apataya,
To,
the char.
to, no. He's using Apataya to spar to help him prepare for Usyk.
That's smart because of the size and the southpaw and the speed.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. That's a good one.
Nobody can say Tyson Fury's stupid. Now, who's training him right now?
Who is Tyson? He don't still got Sugar Hill?
I
think he does, but Sugar Hill sometimes only steps in the last few weeks.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest,
I think it's Sugar Hill, but he has his own gym, so that's why
we should just ignore. We should just ignore that fight and not even care about it because it doesn't matter. Even if Fury gets knocked out, who cares? It's not for a world title, is it?
Are you talking about Nagano?
Is it an exhibition? Is it an exhibition fight?
No. He's using Opatera for the Usyk fight. Yeah. Sparring for Usyk, not for Nagano.
So we don't need to see the Ngannou fight, then, do we? We don't need to see it at all. It just annoys me.
Well, you can go and tell that to Fury and Nagano to their face and see what they say.
Just tell him what an idiot he is, yeah. Making boxing look bad when you're the elite guy. Imagine if he gets knocked out in this. He's going to look very stupid, really stupid.
Yeah, what about when Floyd Mayweather fought, what's his name, Conor McGregor?
Oh, waste of time.
Wasn't a waste of time?
Throughout history, boxers fought guys that wasn't boxers, that was in other combat sports, and to to draw in the crowd and give people the whole if such and such and such and such met, who would win? There you go.
But
usually the boxer.
When Conor McGregor kept doing this, the hammer punches, I was like, what is this shit? Seriously.
When Ali fought Aoki, remember that?
I do. I've seen the match, and I thought it was ridiculous. They talked about a man that could break Ali's legs.
Didn't what's it called? Also, fight like 10 people or 3 people or something in one night. Yeah.
Or 5 guys. 3 minutes. Right, all right, you got to go.
Yeah, we've reached the end. Okay.
All right, yeah.
All right, thanks, guys.
I'll see you next week. All right. Take care.
All right.
Have a good week. Bye.
All right.